also just recently a bunch of, oh, look, Forrest is here. Yay. Well, I noticed she made a bunch of issues in the GitHub. Maybe she's like having some technical difficulties, but there are all these like new posts from the last meeting that we were talking about that we were going to create content for, which would be awesome.
Hey guys, I don't know, did you guys all just join now, or am I having problems with my computer?
Oh, you're having problems with your computer. We've been here for like 10 minutes.
Weird. I was in here since 1, and it just showed that I was the only one in the room. So then after I posted, I was like, maybe I'll leave and come back. And now it shows you guys. That is so weird. Okay. Sorry about that. Let me ping a link to this agenda that I have. Lauren, have you experienced today, like, has the electricity been going on and off for you guys over in 10 South?
Yeah. It's been pretty irritating. It's gone off like twice for 45 minutes at a time.
Yeah. Okay. I was wondering if it was something with our farm here. Okay. Good to know. Okay, that's linked to the agenda in Google Drive. I don't know why it's sent yet. Do you guys see it in the chat? That's so weird. There we go. Okay, so let me see if I can just share my screen. Chrome tab, communications. Okay. Did you guys already do a check-in while you were waiting for me and others to join?
Very informally. We could go do like a quick round. We just kind of talked about how we were doing.
Okay. Okay, cool. Well, then maybe let's do updates, intentions, and distractions just to get, more aligned with communication stuff. And then after we do a check-in, we'll have an opportunity to like review the agenda points I have and add any others that we want to make sure we discuss. Okay, so I can get started. Updates. I'm just super stoked about launching this week, closing out the Bitcoin grant round. My intention today is to, review the success of those campaigns so far, and talk about outreach. I tracked a couple of agenda points from the Discord channel. And I mostly just want to see like how's everyone's bandwidth, how are things going, can I or others support, and in carrying the baton. And then distractions, just this in and out electricity, and I'm not sure what's going on with this computer, but we'll do our best. I will pass the mic to Mitch.
I am not muted now. Sorry, you're looping through, Forrest. I'm just distracted right now. I'm working on some of the Giveth doc stuff. I'm here maybe just to figure out if there's any more articles that need to be written. I've started the Q&A on some stuff. And just maybe hammering down some hard dates on the stuff that we want to come out in the next weeks and months. And I'll pass it to Lauren.
Hey, cool. Updates. I reviewed Danny's post and Mitch's post last night. and provided a bazillion comments. Well, just some, or a bazillion. And yeah, I wanted to add to the agenda just like briefly to talk about like the generic ending to our blog posts, because when I was kind of going through Danny's post, I was like, oh, maybe we should talk about Giveth Trace and Giveth.io and put them in here. And so maybe we could just like get somebody to make a decision on that, or we could just all decide or something. And yeah, and other updates. Oh, I was just having interesting thoughts today because Danny reached out to me being like, hey, what if we made the hype video in Spanish, if we could get like Calvin to help with that? And then it just like made my brain full of like, how can we be more bilingual? And so maybe nice to talk about that or whatever. And yeah, distractions. I don't know, my like computer screen, everybody looks super cloudy. I don't know if it's because my internet is bad, but I've been like trying to figure out how to make things like more clear for my eyes. But yeah, that's it. And I'll pass to Danny.
Hi guys. So from my perspective, yeah, I got that article written and then rewritten and then rewritten again. And I didn't see any comments when I looked before I went to bed, but it sounds like Lauren made some, so I'll go back and review the comments and get that ready to go. That's my distractions are just that I'm packing up, getting ready to come back to Costa Rica, and a few other things along the way. So I am distracted, but staying on top of everything and sharing and tweeting and amazed by all the resounding success of our launch and the hype that we've built. So it's amazing, and Griff joined, so I'll pass it to Griff.
Is there any question or anything? Just intentions.
We're doing updates, intentions, distractions. Yeah.
Updates. Okay. The only update I can think of is that this girl. Oh, forget her name. Neil. I'm just gonna butcher it if I miss it. She's like a professional fundraiser in Canada, and I think the Toronto area, and she wants to use Giveth to like funnel money from selling supplements, like a nonprofit that sells supplements to raise funds for COVID relief. So I had a call with her last night. She was hot to trot, and that's interesting. Other than that, amazing launch, such a success. Wow, I don't think I haven't had a tweet in years that Giveth hasn't had a tweet ever that got as far as that tweet. So well done, team.
Nice.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, there's no way we've ever had a tweet with 100. Maybe if like the parody multi-sig hack or something, that could have gone. There's never been good news, that's for sure. I got 100. So that's amazing. Very distracted by that, and that's it. My intentions for the call is to congratulate you and then transition over to meme party. Do I have someone to pass it to?
Bowen or Forrest?
Yeah.
Bowen.
Oh, that's right. Forrest started. So I got a new chair, which is distracting to me because like my back doesn't hurt. Dude, look, it's a secret lab. So like I got a big secret lab for big dudes. So like I don't break it like every other chair I get. I'm like I said earlier, like before everybody got on, I'm kind of still flying the wall stage in the comms meetings, so I can keep abreast of what's going on. And I'm still hard at work on getting in contact with everybody for the token drop, which hopefully in the next like week or so, everything will be dialed in for and will be ready to go when the token is. So I will pass it back to Forrest to run the show. Maybe. Well, I could pass it over to Magenta since she just showed up for a check-in. If you'd like to check in, say hey. Intentions,
Hey.
distractions.
My distraction is I just
Hey guys.
cold turkey.
So I need to name
coffee.
that I'm having problems with my computer or internet connection. I'm not sure. It's not, the Google Drive is not.
Okay. Maybe Magenta, did you still want to check in? I think,
Yeah.
you know, Forrest just fell away.
Yes, keep flying. I quit coffee cold turkey today, so I that's my distraction. But generally, I'm stoked about where we're going and just bookmarking in the agenda. I want to go over the Twitter strategy in terms of like types of posts for this like V2 launch campaign. So. Oh, sorry. Is there someone who hasn't gone yet?
No, you were the last, and we were going to pass it back to Forrest, who was, I think, going to try and sort of run the meeting, but I think it's going to have to fall on someone else now.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Okay. So I added go over Twitter strategy to the agenda. I will just start doing this. And yeah. Cool. So Forrest has here. Yeah, the link to the agenda is in the chat. If you guys don't already have it open. Cool. Okay. I feel sort of lost. Does anyone want to? What are we doing? Danny, help me.
I don't mind helping us go through the agenda.
Yeah, I'm just not really sure. Should we go through the content calendar first? I don't have that even open, but
I really liked Magenta's topic. I think it sounds like a good place to start.
Yeah, that sounds great.
Oh yeah, it could possibly be pretty quick too. Let me just run through what I have here, and then let me know if there are any alternate suggestions that you want to see. So I'm thinking like throughout the V2 launch campaign, which seems like it's probably going to be going for about a month or whenever we launch the Give token. So I'm thinking of alternating between memes, threads that are like mini stories about specific projects on the platform. So we'll tag them and thereby their communities too. And then tweets directed at donor, tweets directed at project leaders, partner tweets, and major content pieces when they're released. And then I have a question about how often we want to repost the launch video or major content pieces. Does that general flow sound good? Any objections or other things that you want to see folded in there?
No, that sounds good. So did I capture that correctly, that there's 3 categories of tweets we want to focus on? Tweets of featured projects that are already on there, tweets that are aimed at new project creators, and then tweets aimed at donors? Oh, I see. Okay.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, I pasted the other ones in there.
Great. Yeah, no, that looks good. I've kind of been jumping in and looking at who's retweeting us and following folks and grabbing a few just things and retweeting on days where I see we don't have a new tweet go up.
Thank you.
And I just want to comment on the success. Again, now that Magenta is back, Griff was saying that we've never had a reach like we did on that tweet. And congratulations, that video has like over 7,000 views already, let alone our tweet. Retweet stats are well over 100, with almost half of them being quote retweets, not just a straight retweet. So huge success on all of those metrics that we set for that.
let's see what's up next in here.
I think you asked a question that we didn't really answer. You were wondering how often to repost the launch video and major content pieces.
Yeah.
I think once a week is fine or more. Honestly, that video is so badass. Everyone loves it. It catches the eyes. I don't think it's a problem to repost it more pretty often. If people have seen it, they'll just scroll past it.
Cool.
Another.
Oh, go ahead, Griff.
Okay, I was just gonna say, with the Gitcoin grant round ending like this week and next, it's like just because Gitcoin isn't doing their matching round anymore doesn't mean you can't donate to support causes. Use XDAI, blah blah blah. It's a good. Gitcoin raised $1.9 million and had like 168,000 donations. Like crazy stats. So they are the number one like donation platform for our audience. So I think we can play off of them a little bit. Of course, only speaking positively about them.
Yeah. Would you should we tag them in a tweet like that or not really?
I don't know. I mean, if we could also direct people to them or yeah, I don't see a problem with tagging them.
Oh yeah, and I think one thing we could do is also tweet that congratulations about the kind of thing you just described too, in the spirit of camaraderie and like peers.
Yeah, I mean, dude, the Gitcoin crew are heroes. So.
Update on so I'm about halfway through reaching out to the partners with a newsletter blurb and that launch tweet. And then one of the things I've been doing is reaching out to press and blogging sites. Does anyone particularly want to help with that?
What do you mean blogging sites and for what? What's the?
Yeah, to get kind of with linking to Lauren's Medium post and just letting. So, for example, I've been researching philanthropy tech sites or like tech for good, tech for giving kind of websites that report on innovations and tools that nonprofits and philanthropists can use. And trying to see if it's okay to like send them a story. And if so, I've been letting them know about Giveth that way.
Oh, cool.
I can help with that, Magenta.
Super cool. Go ahead.
Another topic. Can I change the topic, or do you want to keep going?
Yeah, go ahead.
Another thing that you mentioned were tweets and articles about projects, and I just had this great person who I actually know. She lives in Seattle. Her name's Kate. She's Joey's Tarzan. Joey's.
That Kate. Okay.
You know that Kate?
Yeah, I met her 2019, I think.
Yeah, so she's great. She interviewed me for Panvala League, and we just talked for like half an hour, and then she wrote a really great post that was comprehensible, and I had very few suggestions, and then it was published on the Panvala blog, and the turnaround was 2 days. It was for me, that's really impressive for someone who's not a crypto person to come in and be able to pull that off. So and execute in a timely manner. I would say that if we want someone to interview donors, we could definitely lean on her, and she would probably do a great job. Unless there was already a plan for that.
Did you mean interview donors or interview project
Oh,
leaders?
I'm in projects. I'm sorry.
I don't get what the process here with the interviewing projects.
I believe there was a concept in one of these comms calls to like talk to a project, do like a project highlight on Giveth, and just then like interview them and report on what they do, and say that they're raising funds on Giveth, and solicit donations for them, but also, advertising the Giveth platform at the same time.
Right. Okay. Yeah. I think this also crossed over with some of the stuff that we were trying to get from the Changemaker campaign.
It's exactly what I'm talking about, the Changemaker campaign.
Okay. All right. Okay. Perfect. Then, yeah, that's awesome. We were thinking of starting that in like a month, though, I believe. It was like mid-April, if I remember the conversation.
Okay, cool. Well, we have someone, I think she would be good at it, and she could do it whenever we want to go that route.
Mm-hmm.
And getting somebody on board with that now would make sense for starting the campaign later, for sure.
Perfect. Yeah.
I don't find a Panvala blog. I don't see a blog on their site, and I don't see it on their Medium. Do you know where that is?
Yeah, I'll link it.
Did we decide that we were going to do the Changemaker campaign later? I thought it was going to be sort of like now-ish after launch to get more people putting their projects on there. And then we were going to run it for like 2 to 4 weeks and then start adding other pieces after. That's what I remembered.
I remembered it was in like a month. We were going to put out that technical differences thing next week. And then, like, because the launch thing is going to be at least 2 to 3 weeks. And then we'll start another campaign.
Okay, I put in the chat.
Forrest, do you want me to continue facilitating, or is your internet back solid now?
I think it's okay. It seems to be all right now. Okay, so I had to drop like for a minute at the beginning, where I think you guys were maybe talking about this success metrics point at the top of the agenda. Did we talk about both the Giveth.io launch and like how the Gitcoin grants communications campaign success has gone?
We did not go over the Gitcoin campaign stats.
Okay, cool. So yeah, how is so the KPIs, the metrics for success that we talked about maybe like a week or two ago, was around tracking engagement on the various social channels. So on our related Gitcoin grants posts on Twitter, on Reddit, if we posted any about Gitcoin grant. Now that I think about it, I don't know that we have. But yeah, how has the engagement been on Twitter specifically around the Gitcoin grants that we've posted?
Let's see, I'm opening up the analytics on there now. I'm not sure I know yet how to track that kind of thing, other than looking at the metrics for a specific post. I think I can see probably metrics over like a period of time here.
Mm-hmm. Have you made a lot of posts around Gitcoin grants?
We did, yeah. Yeah, I was afraid I was like pushing that too much, actually.
Okay. Do you have a general idea of, just as you've been monitoring Twitter, like how the engagement has been around Gitcoin grants? And if there's something you would suggest that we maybe like adapt.
Oh, definitely the memes were like the biggest hit by far. I think we really hit upon something there. The combination of memes and like tagging people and having clever copy so people repost. That is all helpful.
What worked best?
Yeah, because we have such a squad of like reposters. It's wild. It's like a herd of unicorns.
Uh-huh.
It looks like our initial post about going on Gitcoin grants got the most views aside from the video. It looks like the catchy video. I wonder if we would want to make a catchy video for the next Gitcoin grants round, since we have obviously a really talented team on that. I don't know if it's worth the investment, but what was that?
When's the next Gitcoin grants round?
Griff, do they run roughly once a quarter?
Yeah, 3 months from now. I mean, they haven't announced the next one yet, but I assume 3 months.
Well, if you want to make another punchy video, the guy who helped me with this one, I just talked to him recently. He was like, "Oh, if you guys need more video work and you want to like help with that," he was down. So if that's something we actually want to do, I could help make it happen.
Absolutely.
I think it would be really great for Gitcoin grants.
And I mean that video is just so awesome. It's so amazing. Like it'd be cool. It'd definitely be cool to do another one.
Cool. And then so like if we were to, I guess I could ask you about this some other time, but we were going to do one for the Gitcoin grants. We would kind of like highlight like pan matching and like what is Gitcoin and like how it's like super exciting and you can get like double matched and extra matched. And that could be like the general theme.
I don't know. I don't know if we need Gitcoin grants, honestly. We should promote them when they come up, but making a full video around a different donation platform just feels a little weird. I mean, unless we're highlighting how you can donate, how you can make a project on both, or making some video about our love affair with them or something, sure, but showing people how to donate to us, we should show them how to donate to us on Giveth.
So what do you suggest as being the like the main intention or like the key thing to drive home in a second follow-up video? Sounds like we would have a different intention that's like specifically just Giveth focused, and then we would share it on the Gitcoin grant, but it wouldn't be like heavily focused directly towards Gitcoin grant.
I mean, something attracting donors.
Yeah, I mean, I think like kind of this like revolutionizing philanthropy as like a concept. I mean, it would be awesome to have something about givebacks. That would be so cool if we had a video about givebacks, but I feel like we're not really ready for something like that yet. But yeah, I think like, I mean, in Mitch's piece too, it's like, I mean, something so cool about the new Giveth is like also like XDAI. Everyone's super excited about XDAI like logins and XDAI donations. We could do something kind of like featuring that as like a functionality. Yeah, or we could just like wait until we're like launching givebacks and then have something like punchy that goes with that, which I think would be like a really good milestone. What do you guys think?
If he wants to do more, we should take him up on it for sure. I love the XDAI idea.
Okay, cool. I'll talk to him and I'll think of things and I'll come and then yeah, I'll start doing this.
Yeah, and if anyone else has any ideas, we don't have to come. I think XDAI idea is great, but maybe we need to sit on it for a day just to like debate the best idea. Maybe we could bring it up on Sunday.
Yeah, awesome. That sounds great.
I would love to hear what James and Willie and Mateo, would would want to push to.
I have actually something kind of related to this. Like, I was talking with Danny earlier, and Danny was like, "Would it be cool if we had like the videos also in like Spanish? If we had the videos in other languages?" And that made me start thinking of like all of how it would be really cool to have everything bilingual. Yeah, what do you guys think?
Long term, it's great. Short term, something simple like that video. And the reason why I brought it up is because Mateo did that presentation today, and most things were really easy for him to switch it into Spanish. But then he linked the video, and that would be a very simple thing to also have in Spanish.
I think on YouTube, if you turn on captions, it uses voice recognition for whatever like audio you have to automatically put the captions in whatever language the user is like logged in from. So, I mean, we can manually do it for like English and Spanish, but I don't know that it's reasonable for us to like put it in a bunch of different languages. So in that case, I think for like maybe you want to consider a voiceover rather than just having the subtitles, because then anyone anywhere in the world can just click on the CC on YouTube and it will automatically translate.
Yes to all of that. And I'm pretty sure Calvin in less than an hour could also edit that very simple video into a Spanish version without all the other complicated stuff. It was that one simple thing.
Does our website have a Spanish like version? I guess just Google Translate.
Yeah, it's just Google Translate for now. MVP. We're only at our MVP.
Yeah, I just think like I think making the video have some Spanish in it is cool. But at the same time, I'm thinking of the video and I can't really think of anything that would be translated into Spanish besides no bullshit. Like, what else would we translate? We can't translate revolution.f. It's an Ethereum address. Most of the website is going to be in English, and we're showing pictures of the website. So I don't. Yeah, there's no real voiceover, right? It's just the music.
No, it was literally just the words that we pop up.
The 3 words, or like the 3. No fees.
We could like voiceover translate, like create a project and donate to awesome projects, and then it could be easy like that. And I mean, I think Forrest's idea of doing the voiceover is like maybe super easy and would be awesome. There's a little more text than just no bullshit. A little bit more.
If only we
So
had a
donate
voiceover
to
artist.
awesome projects.
Yeah, we could do it that way for this one since it's already been created. And then my suggestion was more like for future renditions, if we want it to be, easily captioned automatically by the Google Translate kind of like software on YouTube, then we could consider using a voiceover rather than just having the English titles on the video. Okay, cool. I feel like we've gone down this video hole, and it's a good thing to bring up. But I'm curious if there are any other questions around this before we kind of get back on track.
Just volunteering my voiceover services for anything we need.
Cool.
That's awesome.
Yeah, Bowen, you have an awesome voice.
And I do voices too, so like, if the announcer voice isn't the one you need, we can tailor it.
Oh my God. That's amazing. Okay, thank you. All right, great. So Twitter engagement, things that have worked well. Video, memes, tagging people, direct messaging people. Awesome. Did you post about Bitcoin grants on many other channels besides our outreach and
Okay.
Twitter? Did we? I don't read about it on Reddit.
Oh boy. Your voice just did the craziest thing right now, man. You were like Alvin and the Chipmunk for a solid minute.
I was wondering
A
if it
double
was just
T.
me until I
Mine?
saw like Griff and Danny and Mitch and everyone's faces.
Oh my god. Hi guys, it's Alvin. That was like my favorite cassette tape in elementary school, Alvin and the Chipmunks. That's embarrassing. Well, clearly I won't be doing the voiceover. Okay, well what I said was on Twitter I'm hearing that strong engagement using video, memes, tagging people, judging people, besides Twitter and direct outreach that we did around gifting grants. Were there any other channels? I don't know, Lauren, in the description of the hype video, you posted info around the Gitcoin grants. Did we receive any like YouTube comments around Gitcoin grants that wasn't from people on our team?
The last I checked on the YouTube channel, it was just me and James being like, "This is great." Those were our only comments, but I'll check it again actually.
Okay, cool. And Mitch, we didn't do any like specific Gitcoin grant postings on Reddit, did we?
No, we didn't.
Would it be beneficial or not really the right audience?
I mean, we'll see. Like what I was finding from doing the launch stuff is that there's not a lot of shilling. I think I did some Reddit stuff like on the Giveth Reddit itself, but I didn't like blast it out to other subreddits.
Mm-hmm. Okay, cool. Good to know. Yeah, how was the engagement? I mean, just kind of ping-ponging back, we were talking about Giveth.io launch earlier, and we were talking about how great the success was on Twitter and our Medium post and the video, but how would you say it was on Reddit?
I would say it was medium. Like there's a couple
Was
that
there
messaged
engagement?
me.
I know you posted on maybe like 5 or 6 subreddits.
Sorry, your voice is going all crazy again. I'm trying to see if there's some metrics here that I can pull up, but I don't know if Reddit's that sophisticated. But I would say it was medium. Like nothing got like any crazy upvotes or anything. Like I think the top one was like maybe 5 or 7 upvotes on the our Ethereum subreddit.
But also, you know, like, I mean, we got a 1 honey donation on our own Giveth grant, and that 1 honey is worth like, you know,
$1,000.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh shit. Oh shit.
What?
And that, we used our multi-sig address on mainnet Ethereum. So that 1 honey was sent to the void.
No.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
Oh no. How does that happen?
Well, it's a smart contract address that only exists on mainnet. It doesn't exist.
I was gonna say,
So,
do we have a way built in to receive that honey? We would need to have a separate button for something on a different chain.
if we haven't used it and you have the, oh wait, you wouldn't have the private key for a multi-sig, would you? So you can't.
That's it. What we could do is we could figure out where that multi-sig was deployed from, and we could try to deploy it from the same nonce. It would be quite the research experiment. I mean, it has been done.
How much are we talking?
$1,000. But and all the other XDI donations. I mean, we need to change our donation address like right now. I don't know who owns the grant.
Who owns which?
The Giveth Maker grant. And I made a issue a while ago that was like, hey, we need to check if it's a smart contract address before we allow XDI donations. So that issue exists.
Oh boy.
I'll make another one.
I can maybe kind of look into. I can get the information. It's just the doing it part might be a little bit difficult for me.
I can get it really quick too. If it's
just a question of whether the factory's nonce is lower than the factory's nonce was when the mainnet one was deployed.
Oh, it was deployed. I hope it wasn't deployed. It may have. If it was deployed from a factory, we're pre-posed. But we'll see. We'll look at that.
Okay. If you want me to help on that, just ping me. I'm around.
Before that realization,
Awesome.
the point was, hey, we should be.
Well, good thing we caught it at least, and we can prioritize getting it updated.
Yeah. What if it was too honey?
Yeah. Who has control over this grant? Did anyone make it? I think it's the default grant that just appears, right, or something. Danny, you're muted.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure Willie's the one who has. I mean, he created it, but so I don't actually know. He's been the one for each of the past grants who did the moving and the magic to get it over to where we need it.
Cool.
Wait, this is on giveth.io that we're talking about? Oh, and so it's like the address that's listed for Giveth is multi-sig that only exists on mainnet.
The original grant, I think Willie is the one managing.
Okay. And then the only way we can change, how can we change the address that's there?
I believe Willie would be able to log in and change it. I mean, hey, we can always change it in the back end. We kind of have God mode here, but I believe Willie could change it through the UI, right?
Sorry, yeah, I'm agreeing with without being vocal.
Someone messaging Willie. Should we ping Willie?
But what I was saying was Gitcoin is so yesterday's news. We got Giveth now, and we should be really looking at our metrics for donations on Giveth, and not just for us, but also for other projects, like how that flow is doing.
Magenta, have you been writing articles that go onto our Medium? So you're taking like the blog post and then putting it onto Medium for us, right?
I have written one blog post and put it on the Medium. I have the editor or whatever, like page manager writes to it. So the last article, yeah. So as people write articles, they're publishing it, and then I can like make sure they're landing on the front page and load it in there and everything.
Okay, I'll take the article that Lauren and Mitch reviewed and put it into Medium format, and then share that with you for review before it goes up.
Sounds good.
That's the one that says, hey, get the grant round 9 may be over, but there's even more ways to give. And it kind of lists out the different ways that you can support Giveth.
Yay.
And I have to go now. Sorry. I love you guys. My distractions just arrived.
Yeah. Oh, I see. Forest. I have to jump at 4 too here.
That's kind of the time now. Is there anything like that we should close out on?
I mean, I was really hoping to know when we wanted to start writing some other stuff that we decided we wanted to write on Tuesday, in fact. So if we're not there yet, we can pick it up another time, like next week, because technically we don't really need to start publishing this stuff right away. I think like the Q&A stuff for like the technical differences, like it should be done today or tomorrow. And then we can definitely finish the QA for that on Sunday, and it'll be ready to post for Wednesday. So that's the only thing that I'm working on that needs to be done for next week. I don't know if there's anything else that anyone needs to say so that we're set up for next week.
I had one little question involving like a future publication that I'm assuming we're doing, but I wasn't around for the talk. Are we doing, or have we already done an explanation of the token and how the token works that we're going to publish?
We haven't done it yet, but I have. But there is a GitHub issue for it. Yeah, it's on the slate, and I'm the person with my name on the slate too.
Okay.
I just haven't written anything yet.
The only reason there were a couple of more technically minded people that I contacted that were Giveth contributors going like, hey, that sounds really excellent. How does it work? And I'm like, documentation coming shortly.
Cool. Who would be the best person for me to like pick their brain about this for? Because I can write something, but are you the person? Are you? Oh, are you pointing to? You're pointing to Griff's face. He's a different place than you are.
Oh, it was one of those guys. No, like, I can probably go through and listen to like 10 hours of Griff videos and probably distill it into something that's conceivable. But
what's the topic?
We're talking about. We're talking about writing an article for like what give backs are and how they work, like technically for all the people asking technical questions. And I volunteered to write this piece, but I don't really know the answers to the questions. So then, Bowen was suggesting that I talk to you.
That would make sense.
Yeah. I would also go ahead, Griff. I'm sorry.
I would just wait until we have it implemented, because like how we think it might work has been initially validated by a developer, but we should talk about like if we get ahead of ourselves there, then we might change how it is. So then you'll write this thing and then like, oh well, we found out that we're not going to do it that way. So in some ways it's like it needs to be in the moment.
Okay. Yeah, I kind of just wanted to know like where on the slate it was, just assuming that it was on the slate. So I can volunteer as much of my services on that one, because like the more technical stuff I'm kind of a little bit better at writing than just the grab ass.
Yeah, I mean, I think the first step will be writing the documentation for it, not what goes to the public, but what just like defining in our GitHub, because it's going to be a very public thing. It needs to be a transparent thing. So we need to have good documentation in GitHub anyway. So we'll have to go pretty wild there. And then from that, we can write a more public-facing article, or a more general public-facing article.
Perfect.
And Forrest says, computer issues, 2 less points, Lauren generic blog post ending, and this point from comms channel, new to crypto or how to get started, with a how-to about donating with crypto and how to set up a wallet. It could link to a simple one page within Giveth domain, and with a short paragraph breaking it down, or a Medium article.
I know exactly what she's talking about. It was based on that tweet that I think also maybe you shared in the GitHub issues. It was like somebody like retweeted about Giveth and was like, this is not easy to use. Like, well, that's kind of what they said. And then so Magenta was suggesting that we create something like, like something on the homepage where it's like new to crypto, and then write something about that, which I think is a great idea. What do you guys think? Yeah, let's do that. I could do that unless somebody wants to do it as well. Unless Mitch, you want to do it. I can do it. I'll just do that.
Oh no.
I'm muted here. I'm saying it was just breaking down the process of like how to use Giveth.io.
No, it's how to create a wallet. I guess maybe like what is a wallet? I think just to make it a little bit more, just to make our site more friendly to people who are like going on the site for the first time. Because I also saw this feedback in the presentation that Mateo gave today. It was like the MetaMask and Taurus pop-up came up, and the people were like, what are these icons? What do they mean? And then Mateo was like, oh. Yeah.
I mean, we can, but I mean, like, you really just have to go to like MetaMask, like literally just link like metamask.com, and like it's all there, unless you want to write all the documentation that already exists on MetaMask.
Well,
or is it something else?
And if they don't have MetaMask, they don't see that pop up. So you only see it. Mateo is presenting it, and he has MetaMask, so he knows what MetaMask is because he installed it. But if you don't have MetaMask, then it doesn't show up.
Cool. That's really cool. That's a nice thing. I didn't know that because it always shows up for me.
I mean, it'd be worth like putting in some tooltips if people are really lost. And I mean, all this stuff is kind of already written in the Google Docs. How to get both of these wallets.
I have to roll to a meme party, guys. But thank you.
Oh yeah, meme parties right now. We should all roll to that meme party.
Yeah. Well, finish your thoughts, and I'll see you in the team.
See you there. Bye, Garth. Thanks. Yeah. Well, Mitch.
I'm trying to understand the difference.
I can just put something together, because it's like, just like a compilation, maybe just like a pop-up, like we were talking about, like putting somewhere at the top, new to crypto, how to get started, next to like maybe sign in, and then like click on it. But it's just like somebody to take ownership of this and like and make suggestions. But I can take ownership of that because I have the bandwidth for it.
Okay, sure.
And I also am like,
But just so you know, like all this stuff already exists. So
in the docs that you wrote.
Like how to get MetaMask and how to get Taurus.
Yeah, I'm not going to remake the wheel.
Actually,
I'm not going to like explain exactly how to get MetaMask and install a browser extension. I would sooner just link it, but just to like explain like a little bit, like one sentence of like, okay, this is what this is. This is what this is. Click here to learn how to do it.
Yeah. I guess we really have to start like really easy, because if that's the first thing people are seeing about crypto.
Yeah. Yeah. Cool. Yeah, and then the other thing, I don't know. I just wanted to talk about the generic